Hello everybody, welcome back or welcome to Resin Nut. So I tried to do one of Julie's at Pouring Your Heart Out. I tried to do one of her fairy coasters. I just bought her mold and received it here a bit ago, and the first one I did didn't turn out right. So I started a video on it and then I kind of stopped it because didn't really turn out right. I tried using pinata for my white, and so I'm going to try it again with a bit, oops, I think that's a bit too much, with a bit of Resin pigment paste instead. I think it'll be a bit heavier. I think what I want to do, I'm not sure how this is going to work, but I'm going to go ahead and pour just clear resin into these pendant heart molds. And I'm going to try something with this and see if I can get it to work a little bit better. So you might have to go ahead and fill these up most of the way with a little handle. My resin's starting to get a bit warm, so it might be a little thick. I'm not sure if it's going to work or not, but I'm going to give it a try. Now here is my little bit of resin. I am going to get just a craft stick here. Let's get my lid off of this. Gosh, that's on there tight. There we go. This is the Resin Snow White, or Angel White. I always want to call it Snow White. And I'm going to put about this much in there. Okay. I don't have very much in here. Maybe, I want to guess maybe about probably about an ounce of resin. Mix it up really good. Now, I'm going to give this a quick spray of alcohol because I learned the last time that I definitely don't want to do that after the fact. Kind of messed with stuff. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my craft syringe here, and this seemed to work really well. Made doing the white dots really easy. So I'm going to start with just some plain white. Okay, I'm going to see if I can get this to come up. Hopefully it's not too thick. It's coming up in there. You see there? Kind of slowly, but it's coming up through there. Kind of takes it a bit to come in, but I noticed that you can really get a lot of it done with just one syringe. Spray a bit of alcohol in there, thin it up a bit. Okay, I've got about 2 mLs in there. It's probably going to be enough. I'm going to get my air bubbles, my air out. Goes. There we go. Okay, so on this one here, I'm going to just start making my dots. See if I can get this to sink down. It definitely feels heavier than the pinata white I was using for my sinker on the other one. I don't have any of the same brands of the things that she was using, so I'm just going to give this a try. we'll kind of see what happens with that, if anything. Get some more in here. Okay. Now I'm actually thinking if I might just add just one drop, but since I'm just kind of experimenting here, I'm going to take I'm going to do a cherry red. I'm going to add, I don't know if this is going to work or not, but I'm going to add a drop in there. Then I'm going to do the same thing and see what happens. I'm going to try something else. Now this time, I'm going to put, if I want any kind of color on this, let's see, maybe let's swirl this one. Yeah, that kind of went straight in there. Boy, that looks orange. I need a paper towel. I'm going to try something else. I'm going to put this down here in the bottom, and I'm going to squirt some of this out in here. Let's see what kind of effect that gives it. Pour a bit of alcohol in here. Just a little bit. Pour some in here. Thin this up a bit. Thin this. Okay, and now I'm going to add a bit of color. Let's see, what color do I want to add? I'm going to add a bit of blue. Try a little bit of this India ink in here with it, just a little bit. Oh, that was a lot of it. I see the blue coming up through the white in the syringe. Come up in the same one here. Do another one. There. Might just look kind of funny, but we'll see. And now, let's see, get this in there. Now, with this in here like this, I'm going to go ahead and try to do more dots. And this one's got red in it, but I'm going to go right down the middle. A little splurge in there. All right, well, that's all we've got for this. And now we just have to wait and see what we get. I have an air bubble right there that's driving me crazy, but I'm going to leave it alone because I definitely ruined that. I see everything's kind of leaning this way, so I'm going to go put it on my curing rack where it can cure just really, flat and level, and we'll see what we get. All right. Hello, everybody. Okay, so our hearts are completely cured, and I'm kind of interested to see how they turned out. The designs are kind of crazy, but I've been kind of thinking about this kind of a technique for a while. We'll start out with this white one, kind of see how it did. Here it is on the back side. Just kind of some lines going through there. The resin looks like it didn't really spread out very much because my clear resin was already getting pretty warm. But let's turn it over and see what it looks like from the front. Oh gosh, actually, it's kind of cool looking actually. What do you think about that? Would this look different with a different color in there? It's kind of cool. Trying to think if this gives me some new ideas to try something a little different. This is really the only one here that kind of came pretty close to the surface of the mold. The rest of them look like they kind of just stopped kind of part way. Yeah, what do you think? Actually, what if we were to put a backing on that? Could do something like this. Maybe with that kind of a turquoisey look. Or this is what it would look like with blue behind it. That's pretty too, actually. All right, well, let's get the rest of them out of here and see. This one, I think we kind of did the same technique, but just using blue. I added a bit of blue pigment in with the Resin. Let's see. Oh gosh. Now that's kind of interesting too. Look at that. That's really different. It just kind of laid there on the surface. Some of it tried to drop down, you see there? It tried to kind of drop down into the resin, but it pretty much just stayed flat. But the effect is still kind of neat. Let's see what this would look like with a maybe white behind it. Or you know what? I think on this blue one, it's actually just kind of coolest, just out like that. This is actually really fun. These are some kind of cool effects. What do you guys think? Yeah. Okay, so now let's try this blue one here. This is the one we took this part of the syringe and we just kind of went down this way. I did white and then I came up on top of that and did blue. And I have no idea what to expect on this, but let's turn it over and see. Oh gosh. All right, well, I had great hopes for this one. That effect there is kind of neat, but we definitely got just big fat white blobs there. This almost looks kind of like a jellyfish there coming down. I guess if I could perfect that and do it at an angle, that'd be really kind of cool. But yeah, okay, well, I was hoping this one would have turned out a little differently, but it's okay. Still kind of pretty, but it's not my favorite. Okay, let's take this one out. This is the last one. So in the center here, kind of wish I wouldn't even have done this, but I did. So there is a bit of white and a bit of blue and then a bit of red in there. And you can already see these little spidery looking things going off to the sides, but let's turn it over and see what it looks like. Oh gosh, actually, wow, you guys, that is really cool looking. I think this is probably like the least one that I was excited to see. That is really different. I don't even know what you would call that. It's yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But look at the effects we got. Look at that. Look how they just kind of came up around the edges. Look at that. That is really interesting. It's one thing I love about these puffy heart molds that Julie made because they're not very big. I love that it has a locket style loop here. And I love that it's deep in the middle because this is where you could get all your effects, right? And you can be able to kind of look around at that. They almost look like little mushrooms, but I don't know. Different, really different. See what this one looks like with some white behind it. Yeah, don't know. Gosh, I don't know if I would want to do a color backing on this one or not. See what it would look like with a bit of blue there. Ah, gosh, you guys, that is just so cool looking. You know, this one, because I'm really not very, I mean, it's still it's still interesting. It's just too much white here on the surface to me. So if I was going to do a keychain, you know what I'd probably do is I would probably just put these two together like that and then make it a keychain and just have like the blue coming through. And that might be something I do. I don't know that I would want to wear this as a necklace. I mean, it's really cool looking, right? But I don't know if I'd want to actually wear it around my neck. I don't know. What do you guys think? What are your thoughts on this? It is still a really fun effect, and I can tell that I'm going to be probably really playing around with this now kind of a lot. I'm going to try some different things. But yeah, these three turned out really neat and different than I expected, that's for sure. The one I was most excited about actually was this one. And isn't that funny how this one really is my least favorite? And the rest of them, I was just throwing something out there, and then they all turned out to be really interesting. So let me know what you think about the project. Kind of hard to see with this kind of the aqua color background here. This doesn't really help. Okay, so you know what one thing would be is I remembered I had these holographic film here that I got from Temu. They were just really inexpensive, and I don't know how many's in this little pack. I think I got maybe 3 or 4 of this same pack, but you could go in and do like maybe cut it off right about there at the loop and put a kind of a background on these that would really make the this pop. There's a pink one would be kind of cool with the heart. But yeah, I don't know, you guys. I don't know. Okay. All right. Well, anyway, there they are. Super fun. And I'm going to be doing some more of these. So let me know what you think in the comments. And let me know if you think I should put backgrounds on them. And if so, what color? Because, you know, a lot of you are so much better than that at that than I am. And also, yeah, just kind of what you think. What you think of that. Super fun. Super fun. Okay. All right, everybody. Thank you again for joining me. And I look forward to seeing you all next time. Have a great day and stay safe, everyone.